You've spent months, maybe even years, building a stronger, fitter you. You've sweat, you've pushed past your limits, and you've totally transformed your body and mind. But have you ever wondered, how fast does it all go away when you stop? The answer is shockingly fast. In just a couple of weeks, your body is already starting to change on a cellular level. And it's not just your muscles that take a hit. So let's break down the scientific timeline of what really happens when you press pause on your fitness. The first week, the great deception. So you take a week off. Maybe you're on vacation, swamped at work, or just feeling fried. After a few days, you catch your reflection and you feel smaller, a little deflated even. Your muscles just don't seem to pop like they did last week. This is where most of us start to panic, thinking all that hard-earned muscle is already making a swift exit. But hold on. This is the first great deception of detraining. What you're seeing isn't actually muscle loss, not yet anyway. It's mostly a rapid drop in water and glycogen. Think of glycogen as a personal, super fast charging battery for each of your muscles, and it's supercharged with water. When you train, your body gets smart and stores more of it for the next round. But when you stop, your body says, hey, no need to keep these batteries full. Research shows just a week of inactivity is enough to decrease your muscle glycogen stores. This reduction in glycogen and the water that comes with it is what creates that flat or smaller look. Your muscles are still there, they've just lost some of their volume for now. This first stage is mostly a cosmetic trick, but underneath the surface, bigger changes are revving up, and that's where the real losses begin. 2 to 4 weeks. The engine starts to sputter. We're at the 2 to 4 week mark, and this is where your body's performance engine really starts to sputter. The first and most dramatic change is to your cardiovascular fitness. We measure this with your VO2 max, the maximum amount of oxygen your body can use during intense exercise. For highly trained people, VO2 max can drop by a whopping 4 to 20% within 2 to 4 weeks. For more casual exercisers, the drop is usually a bit less dramatic, but it's still noticeable. This is why that flight of stairs you used to jog up without a problem now leaves you feeling surprisingly winded. This quick decline is because of a reduction in your blood volume and cardiac output. Basically, your heart becomes less efficient at pumping oxygen to your muscles. At the same time, something starts to shift in your head. That mood boost and mental clarity you get from a good workout, that's not just a feeling, it's a neurochemical party. When you stop exercising, you cut off the supply of endorphins and other feel-good neurotransmitters. Some studies show that after just a week or two of stopping, people can report increased feelings of fatigue, irritability, and a generally lower mood. And under the hood, your metabolism is taking a hit. Exercise makes your cells more sensitive to insulin, which is awesome for managing blood sugar. But after just a few weeks of inactivity, this benefit starts to reverse. While the numbers can vary, some studies show a significant decrease in insulin sensitivity after a period of detraining. Your blood pressure, which exercise helps keep low, also starts to creep back up, with some of those benefits reversing in as little as 2 weeks. You might not be losing a ton of muscle yet, but the systems that keep you feeling good physically and mentally are already in rapid retreat. 1 to 3 months, the noticeable decline. All right, we're now 1 to 3 months in. The illusion is gone and the impact of being inactive is pretty undeniable. This is where you actually start to see and feel significant muscle atrophy, the real loss of muscle tissue. While you can hold on to your strength for about 3 to 4 weeks, after that, the slide starts to speed up. Studies show a 12-week break leads to a measurable drop in both muscle mass and strength because the signal to keep building muscle is gone. Your body, always looking for efficiencies, starts to break down the muscle fibers it thinks you don't need anymore. This isn't just about how you look. Your strength takes a nosedive. Lifts that were your warm-up now feel like a main set. You get tired way faster. This process is even faster in older adults, who can lose muscle mass and strength more severely with inactivity. The mental side can get tougher, too. The low mood from the first few weeks can settle into a more constant state of blah. Sleep often gets disrupted, which robs your body of its prime repair time. This can create a vicious cycle. You feel too tired and unmotivated to work out, which then makes your energy and mood even worse. And then there's the change in body composition. As muscle disappears, your resting metabolism slows down. Muscle is active tissue, burning calories, even when you're just sitting here watching this. Less muscle means fewer calories burned all day. So if you're eating the same way you did when you were training, your body will start storing those extra
Oh,
calories
I
as
am
fat.
starving. Let's dig in. I do love a banquet.
This is when people start to feel soft. It's a direct trade-off of losing dense muscle and gaining body fat. 6 months to 1 year, back to baseline. After half a year to a year of inactivity, your body has significantly reversed its athletic adaptations. The changes aren't just subtle anymore, they represent a major shift in your health. Your body composition is likely very different, with a noticeable loss of muscle and an increase in body fat, especially visceral fat, the dangerous kind that hugs your organs. At this stage, many of the awesome health benefits you earned are gone. Health markers like cholesterol, triglycerides, and blood pressure may have returned to their pre-training levels or even gotten worse. That improved insulin sensitivity is a distant memory which can increase your risk for metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes. Your VO2 max has continued to drop, meaning your cardiovascular system is working at a much lower capacity, similar to someone who has been sedentary for a long time. Mentally, your brain has adapted to a new, less active normal. The motivation to start over can feel like climbing a mountain. The neural pathways that made exercise a habit have gotten weak, while the path of least resistance, sitting on the couch, has become a superhighway. You've fundamentally increased your risk for a whole host of chronic diseases and impacted your long-term mental well-being. That fit person you were now feels like a different person, and getting back there seems way harder than it did the first time. The silver lining, your body's secret weapon, muscle memory. Okay, after all that doom and gloom, there is a huge, powerful silver lining. Your progress is not gone forever. Your body has a secret weapon, a biological cheat code that makes regaining fitness way faster than building it from scratch. It's called muscle memory. And no, this memory isn't in your brain. It's in your actual muscle cells. When you first build muscle, your muscle fibers gain more nuclei called myonuclei. Think of these as permanent little factories or blueprints inside the muscle cell. For a long time, the science was debated, but a growing body of research suggests that many of these nuclei stick around, even when the muscle fiber itself shrinks from disuse. So when you finally decide to hit the weights again, you are not starting from square one. You've got a whole network of these cellular factories ready to be fired back up. They can crank up protein synthesis and rebuild muscle at a ridiculously fast rate. This is why someone who used to be fit can bounce back and regain their strength and size in a fraction of the time it took them to build it the first time. This cellular memory is your body's way of saying, I remember this. I know how to do this. The longer and more consistently you trained in the past, the stronger this memory is. So, while taking a break might feel like you're deleting your progress, it's really just hitting the pause button. The game is never over. The path back, how to restart smart. Knowing that this detraining happens doesn't mean you're powerless. If you have a forced break coming up, the key is to lower the bar, not get rid of it completely. Even 1 or 2 short workouts a week can seriously slow down the loss of both strength and cardio fitness, and keeping your protein intake up gives your body the building blocks it needs to hold on to as much muscle as possible. Now, when you're ready to get back at it, the single biggest mistake you can make is jumping right back in where you left off. Your muscles and tendons are not ready for that kind of stress, and it's a one-way ticket to injury town. Be smart, be gradual. Start with about 50 to 60% of your old weights and volume. Focus on locking in your form and just being consistent. Listen to your body. You will be sore, but thanks to the magic of muscle memory, you'll be amazed at how quickly your strength and endurance come back. Often within just a few weeks, you'll be making huge strides back to your peak. The timeline of detraining is a pretty wild ride, right? It shows that fitness is a journey of consistency, not a final destination. Your body is incredibly adaptive, and it starts shedding those hard-won gains in just a matter of weeks, affecting everything from your heart to your head. But the most important thing to remember is this: a break is not a delete button. Because of the amazing science of muscle memory, you are never, ever truly starting from scratch. The foundation you built is still there, just waiting for you to flip the switch. The journey back is always shorter than the first trip. So if you've fallen off the wagon, don't let the temporary setback get you down. See it as proof of the awesome changes you made once and can absolutely make again. If this video gave you the kickstart you needed, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We have a ton more science-backed fitness content coming your way to help you build and keep a stronger, healthier you.